Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing okay. I do still have a cold, that's the first thing I need to say. If I don't sound my best and if you can hear me sniffing a bit, please just bear with me. I'm gonna try not to sniff too much because it's gross, but I do still have a sore throat and stuff, so just bear with me. I want to make this video and I think a few of you are waiting to watch this video. I want to talk about my plans for 2024, sort of like planner and notebook wise, commonplace wise, everything wise. This is something I've been thinking a lot about the last couple of months, but not really talking too much about. It's hard because for the whole last year, my great year of experimentation, as I've been calling it, I've tried a lot of new things. But the one big thing that sucked about that is that now that the year is coming to an end, everything is spread across so many different places. And I'm not gonna lie, that does make me sad. It's hard to find everything, especially while I was working in the 2 Filofax sizes. There were some weeks when I was testing stuff and waiting for paper to arrive and stuff where I've just like lost the weeks because I did it on scrap paper and then threw it away, which obviously is my own fault, but it does kind of suck now. Going into 2024, my main motivation is that I really want everything in one place. It's not going to be as strict as I was attempting for at the beginning of last year or this year. It's just that I want a backup book, an archive book. And shout out to Lindsay from Lindsay Scribbles because talking to her really helped me to solidify my ideas. I was kind of halfway there, but talking to her really helped me like 100% work it out and especially to word it. So thank you, Lindsay, if you're watching. My idea for 2024 is to have an archive, basically an archive book. So I have one designated book for the year that I have to maintain. And then if I want to take months out or a couple of weeks out or just 1 month or whatever, or half a year into other places, I can do that. So long as I also maintain the archive for the end of the year. And it's kind of genius. I don't know why I didn't work it out sooner. I think Lindsay has been working this way for quite a long time, I'm not sure. But it's very smart. And I was sort of talking to her about potentially placing a hobonichi order, and we got to talking about it and it makes so much sense. So that's my plan. My plan for next year is to maintain one big book of everything, one autistic big book of everything like I talked about, and then to have maybe a designated like safe panic space to jump into. And my big book of everything will be the Hobonichi Cousin. This is the one that I was using in April. I've been filling it up for the past few weeks while I've been MIA sick. I've been catching this up quite a bit. Not loads because it's hard work and it takes a long time, but a substantial amount, I think. I'll show you. A few weeks ago, or last week or something, I did put a poll on my community page asking you guys if you could choose one book for me to work in for 2024, what would it be? And the majority of votes went for the Hobonichi Cousin and the Traveler's Notebook, which is really interesting. And just to clarify, that didn't sway me at all. I was just really curious. But it is interesting that we all seem to be kind of aligned. Like we're kind of matching what we were thinking, I guess. When I was using the Hobonichi Cousin this year, I did not spend that much time in it. And it was my first time ever using the A5 Hobonichi. I only spent 1 full month in it. If you remember, it was the month of April. And it kind of was just this 1 month. I did fill every page. I have a few pages in May, like 4 or 5. But I did fill the whole month of April, and then I was kind of overwhelmed. I kind of wanted to like put the pages away, and that was why I started getting curious about Filofaxes, and then everything very quickly spiraled out of control. I will say that I don't regret the last year of experimenting. I feel like I learned a lot and it was really valuable, so I don't regret it. I don't feel too badly about it. I feel like it was somewhat necessary, especially because I was having quite a hard year personally. And it was just a good time for me to be experimenting and learning. But as I said, now that the year is over, I do feel weird about not having anything to look back on concretely. which was my original motivation for catching this book up, basically. So if you remember, April is all full, and then I had like 5 or 6 pages in May, I think it's an article, and then I left it. Doesn't help that this green colour is kind of horrendous, and I think that's part of what put me off. But from June onwards, I've been trying to catch up a bit. So I went back through my phone camera roll and I found the photos and I looked at the dates and the geotags or whatever. And I started sticking stuff in, basically. And then I started going back and adding some writing around the pictures too. And I've been sort of slowly catching up. A lot of the earlier months are just photos at the moment, but I've been catching up September and August. And it's going well. It's going pretty well. Can you believe that the 19th of July was when I did my first big Halloween shop this year? That's crazy. Wednesday's birthday, obviously, super cute, but was also a disaster. We won't talk about it. Don't look at that, that's a secret I'm working on. And then August, I've been kind of sticking bits in and trying to catch up a bit more. It is mostly just pictures though, but I do have a lot of pictures from August. And because I was working in my traveler's notebook for August, I do have a lot of text and photos I can look back on and fill in when I have time. My priority has been catching up for September, and then I'll work backwards from there while also keeping on top of the current pages, if that makes sense. But I have been filling stuff in, so it's not a complete disaster this year. I do feel better now that I have bits in here to look at. This is when I was sewing on my jacket, you might remember that. Working on my zine. When I watched all of the Scream movies, or the first 3 anyway. And then my traveler's notebook, I'll write some stuff about that there. And then watching a film with my dad. Batman. And then September, I'm only like 2 pages behind. I've got a bit here, and then a blank here. But then from here, I am all caught up. So I was playing Sherlock Holmes chapter 1. I had started this last year, and then I realized I was getting to the end of the storylines and I panicked. I didn't want to finish it, so I just stopped playing, and then I got busy. While it was really hot and I wasn't working, I decided I would finish playing this and then I would play The Awakened, which is the next game that came out. These are the Frogwares Sherlock Holmes games. I played them on the PlayStation. I really love them, but we don't have time to talk about that right now. But here is what you have missed in the last month, basically. I did play all of the Sherlock Holmes games, and then I've been filling this in to catch up. This one is an article called A Pocket-Sized Time Machine. It's from The Atlantic magazine, and it's about a woman and her father keeping notebooks and stuff. And then she also interviewed someone who is like an archivist of notebooks, but in a very like unofficial capacity. It's really good, it's very interesting. It's about the idea of archiving and collecting normal people's notebooks as opposed to like historical figures, and then what to do with those notebooks kind of thing. It was really good. I'll link it in the description. I did commit to writing out the whole thing by hand, and I aggressively underestimated how long it was, but I don't regret it because I did really like it. It really touched me. So it's spread about. Here, this is The Awakened Sherlock Holmes game. That was also really good, but kind of scary, but not too scary. It was just a lot emotionally for me. It was really good. And then I threaded the article because it was too long and I was filling in gaps. Here is when I did my horror haul that I uploaded for you guys recently. This is my notebook ideas, I think, for the archive. I think that's what that says. Can't read it. Some notes, some personal stuff. This is when I went to IKEA with my brother recently, and then we were walking over the weekend. It was cute. This is Tom York from Radiohead. This is where I was kind of first thinking about the idea of The Cousin as my archive book. I made a lot of notes. Obviously I have both of my books in here, both of my main books, because hopefully my designated panic book is going to be my own little grey notebooks that I've been making. There's not too much to update with those because I only did like 10 pages of September before I started filling this back in. But having a designated space to work in and then an option to jump in and out kind of feels good for me, so I'm not worried about it. I did also spill tea on this page, so at the moment there's not a lot to see in there, but there is a lot to see in here, which is hopefully going to be the big idea, I guess, for 2024. I've been playing with this idea of using one of the week pages, probably a Monday. It's just that obviously I wasn't working on a Monday here, of having my weekly to-do list on one of these pages instead of in the weekly section. The idea being that I could then use the weekly section as like a sleep tracker kind of thing, like a really extensive one. Obviously I'm on the wait list for the sleep clinic. My appointment actually got pushed by 3 months the other day, so that is, it really sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it really sucks. It got pushed from April to July, like the end of April to the end of July, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just die, thank you. I'm hella disappointed, but I might start keeping my sleep data on these pages. That way I have a lot of room to write about how much I'm sleeping at night or when I wake up and go to sleep. Caffeine intake, obviously, dreams and stuff, daytime napping, sleepiness. When you're under the sleep clinic, you often have to keep really extensive sleep diaries, and I think it might be good to get ahead of it. Or at the very least, it's kind of a coping mechanism while I wait to get seen. So I think I might do that. Haven't actually worked out how to lay that out yet, so I've just been planning like normal in here. For this week at least, I didn't do it last week. But I do just find that these pages are not super legible for to-do lists. Like when I look at these little lines, I'm like, I don't know what that says. So I'm not 100% if I want to use this as a to-do list like normal. I think maybe the sleep tracking might be the way to go about it. And then I have like a wealth of information in one place to back me up when I do eventually get to the clinic. So that's kind of my thinking. So there's nothing to see in here apart from the old pages. And they haven't been updated since the first week of May. The 1st of May, in fact. So there's nothing to see there. Yeah, so I'm thinking about having my weekly to-do list on this page. And actually this week I experimented more with having like a double page spread kind of thing going on for it. So Monday and Tuesday would be my weekly pages. If you remember from when I was using this in April, the very brief overview is that I disregard the dates on the top of the pages. But what I do is I use the top half loosely, and then I draw this grey line, and then in that space, this little space under the grey line is where I keep my daily entries, because I don't find that I need too much room for my daily entries. I don't normally talk too much about how I'm doing. But I do like to commonplace, so I normally commonplace in the top half, like with articles or quotes and stuff, or just memory keeping as well. Obviously a lot of it's memory keeping recently because I'm backfilling, but I keep my daily entries, my little daily reviews, at the bottom of the page, so then the top half doesn't really matter, or I use the top half like a notebook without dates. So it doesn't matter that Monday and Tuesday is taken up by weekly lists because I have those bottom bits still, if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. It's not complicated, I think it just looks confusing. So in this margin I have my to-do list, and then I have the tick boxes, and then I have like a space for notes. And then on this side, my weekly habits, and then the tick boxes, and then I don't know yet. I might add some other stuff on this side. Maybe like the stuff I'm watching and reading and stuff, like a media consumption list. Not sure, but I'm working it out, and then this is a lot more legible to me than those long weekly columns, which I do just find a bit overwhelming to try and look at. I was keeping a to-do list on this side, but because the margins are so small, I just find it quite difficult because the columns are so tight. This is a much more comfortable space to be working in. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. This is yesterday and today. Again, I'm writing in the little daily spaces, but these are still blank, so I can use them for other stuff. I'm working on some Halloween stickers. They'll be in the shop when you watch this. I'll put them on screen quickly, but they're super cute. I'm very proud of them. So I'll probably write about those on here. So that's where we're at with the Hobonichi cousin. It's not as out of the blue as it might feel for some of you, because I am still using my traveler's notebook. That is my designated panic space, I guess. That way, if I do feel like I need a break from the bulk, the chunky book of the Hobonichi Cousin, I can jump into my much smaller month-long booklets, and then I can still backfill the archive if I need to. And then I guess potentially if I was completely filling one of these, I wouldn't have to fill the archive, because I could just have a stack of these that go with this at the end of the year. And that doesn't feel like the end of the world in the same way, because at the moment everything is so spread out. But if I only have 2 designated spaces, then at least it's a lot easier to keep track of and to re-reference at the end of the year. So that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of the plan. I hope that makes sense. So archive, I might make a label for this that says archive, and then panic books, comfort books. I don't know, when I need those micro wins of completing a book quickly and changing book quickly, that's what these are for. I still really love the little grey booklets I've been making, and as I said, those will be my backups. It's just nice to have everything in one place and to see so much at one time, I guess. Like, I feel like the problem is that there's 2 parts of me. There's 2 parts of me. One part of me really needs that great big book of everything, that big autistic book of everything, and to see everything at a glance and to hold it all at once. And then the other half of me sometimes really needs that micro win of like finishing a booklet and being able to have a more customizable system, things I can move around and add things in and take things out, that kind of thing. I feel like maybe I'm 50-50 on that, so I think this will work. I mean, it's worked for Lindsay for a long time, so hopefully it can work for me too. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling pretty positive. It feels right. It feels like a good outcome for all the experimentation this year. And that being said, I'll open this to a page in the middle just so it's not so boring to look at. And then we can look at the hobonichi bits I ordered. It's nothing super exciting. I did not go overboard. I only bought like 3 things, so it's super boring. I was under the free shipping limit, which is disappointing, but now the free shipping limit is a lot. I will say I'm not sure if I made a mistake here now that I'm thinking about it. I got this pencil pouch to carry my notebooks around in. I move between upstairs and downstairs a lot, and it can just be a lot to juggle sometimes. So I got this pouch to see if that might make a difference, but it's slightly smaller than I thought it would be. I'll open it up and we can have a look here. From the picture, I did think it would be bigger, but the cousin would fit in it, so actually it might be good. I also got 2 pencil boards, and this is my free bag, I think. My free tiny bag. Oh, I got the yellow one. That is so disappointing. I hate yellow. It's kind of ugly, I'm not gonna lie. And I got, you can probably guess what I got. I got the black gingham hon. This has got messy very quickly. Okay, there we go, tidy. So I got 2 more of the pencil boards I love. Obviously I have loads of these already, but I felt silly ordering 2 things from the Hobonichi website, so I ordered some pencil boards to make myself feel better. This is the free pen this year. The colours are really cute. I saw that a lot of people didn't like them, but I think they're really nice. And I got the A5 black gingham hon. I'm really excited about this, but here's where I'm thinking I might have made a mistake, because I like to stick stuff in. And part of me, I love the black gingham hon. Someone commented that it was basically made for me, and I do agree. It's beautiful. Like, it feels very good. But my concern is that because I do primarily stick things in, I like to have photos. I collect them all year. In this book so far, I really only have like 2 or 3 months of photos, if that, and it's not too bad. It doesn't seem like it's bulking up excessively. It's not like it's struggling to close or anything in any capacity. Like, it's doing really good. But that's only 2 or 3 months out of 12. So there's like 10 other months potentially to go in there. I think I might have a better idea at the end of this month whether it will work or not. But I am wondering if I should have got the Hobonichi Cousin avec, which is when you have 2 books. And then I wouldn't have to worry. And then I loop back around and I'm like, does that defeat the point of having one book, one big book, like one archive? But they would still be the same book, wouldn't they? It's just that it's split. But I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm not sure if maybe I made a mistake or not. I can't find that page I was on. There we go. August. Yeah, I'm not sure if I made a mistake or not. I don't know. It might be fine. It might be fine. I would love to see examples of hobonichi cousins that have like minimal stick-ins, like just a few photos, and how they look at the end of the year, because I think most of the people I follow who stick stuff in, they stick quite a lot in, and then like masking tape on every page and stuff, so it does get quite chunky. I'm not quite that bad, not bad, but I don't use that much stuff. It's just pictures on some pages so I can't tell how bad it will be. Obviously I ordered this one because I was like, it's beautiful, and it calls to me. I'm excited to try the hon. It seems really cool. I thought it might feel the same as the cousin, because the gingham, the black gingham is like a paper cover, so I thought it might be almost identical to the cousin, whereas the other hons are all hardbacks. I'll open it up gently. If I do decide to get the avec, I might sell this, so I do need to try and be careful, I guess. Although this plastic is not, like, it's not lifting, it's just tearing from the seal. Like, the glue is too sticky. The other hobonichis come in paper now. I don't know why the hon comes in plastic. This kind of sucks. Like, this is not a cute unboxing. Okay, 2 out of 10. I don't know how to explain how hard this is to open. It's weird. Okay, anyway, moving on. This is cute. Oh, I do love when you get the little hobonichi, the little pamphlet. This is very cute. Nice. Tag yourself. I'm gonna be the old man grey cat in the suit, the business cat. The hon comes with a different style of pencil board too. Don't know how I feel about that. Oh, it does feel nice. Sorry, this is gonna be really weird first impressions. It does feel really nice. Like, it's not quite, it's like somehow in between paper and fabric. Like, it's not, it's just paper, but it feels really pretty. Maybe we could just make it work. The pencil board is clear and it has a pen loop, which is cool. I like the Weeks pencil boards because they're skinnier, they're easier to use as a ruler on the page. I've never had an A5 pencil board, I've just never bought one. Why is this also wrapped in plastic even though it came in plastic? Like, that annoys me. And again, it's crap. Hang on. Like, all the plastic in hobonichi products is really not it for me on a personal level. I hate it. This is kind of nice. It's like a sheet of cellophane. Is cellophane the right word? Do you know what I mean? Like the hard plastic. I don't love it. It feels kind of, I don't know, I don't love it. It's kind of weird in a way. Also, this is plastic, not like fabric. It's like a, I don't know, it feels like a children's shoe, which is a terrible description, but that's what I'm thinking. It feels like a, I don't know. I don't know if I rate the hon pencil board. So far, it's a very strange experience. Okay, the book though. The book is beautiful. I'm excited about the book. I'll take this off for now. This is cute. Still opens flat. Still opens flat. And I think it's the exact same inside as the cousin then. Like the colours and everything haven't changed. Yeah. See, look at that. It's pretty. It has some small dents, but I kind of always expect that. It's nice. Are they the same, exact same size? So I wonder then as well if the Midori cover would fit on this one. It doesn't fit on the normal hons because they have bigger hardback covers. But because this one is paper and it's fundamentally the same size as the cousin, I think you could use the Midori cover. And this isn't the Codex cover, this is just the A5 Midori plastic cover. So I think that would fit on here, just in case that's useful for anyone. It's exciting for me because I do like to have that bit of protection. I don't know, this is so pretty. I'm kind of like, girl, you could make this work. Like, it could be fine. It's so pretty. It's exactly the same as the cousin. There's not really a lot to show you. I got the Japanese edition. I always get the Japanese edition. I know increasingly people choose the English version. I prefer the Japanese version. It feels more minimal somehow. I think because I can't read as much. Because I can't read the quotes, I think it's just less overwhelming. I think I did try the English planner like 3 or 4 years ago, like way back when, the one with the black cover with the symbols on it. I did try that and I didn't like that as much, because the quotes and stuff were in English and I just didn't really vibe with it. But this is like, I mean, yeah, it's exactly the same as the cousin. It's just exciting because it's new. It is really pretty and I do love that it's black, obviously. The one thing that would really suck if I did choose to go with the Avec if things get too bulky is the colors of the Avec. Like, they're disgusting. Like, I'm not afraid to say it, I hate them. I would need to find a way probably to cover them, especially because I prefer to carry my cousins without a cover. I don't really care for the bulk of the Hobonichi cousin covers. I guess maybe just partly because this year the designs weren't really vibing with me, but I tend to carry my books uncovered apart from a plastic protector, so I would have to deal with the colours, which makes me very nervous. If I was gonna do the Avec, what I would probably do is get some like black craft paper. You know how you get brown wrapping craft paper, like craft with a K? I'd probably get some black craft paper and just kind of try and make like a flush cover like this has. I think that's how I would go about it, just like as a spitballing idea. But this is very compelling, I can't lie. And she's pretty, and look at this, like, that's kind of pretty. Sorry, that was a bad sniff. It's very cute. It doesn't feel like maybe it's as flat as the cousin, to be honest. I feel like my cousin lies flatter than that, but it might just need a bit of training. Don't want to bend it up too much in case I do sell it. I don't want to. But as I say, hopefully in the next month or two I'll have a much better idea of how this one, the cousin, is bulking up. Obviously April is filled, but apart from that only really September, so I'm not sure how it will look. I will persevere with this system though. Obviously it's only September, it's October on Sunday. I'm not really sure how that happened because May, June and July are like 5 months long each, and then September is like 2 weeks long, and I just think that's kind of a scam. But it's October on Sunday, and yes, I am feeling slightly panicked. I feel like I was waiting for Halloween for so long, and now it's kind of crept up on me, and I'm like a bit spooked, if you'll pardon the pun. I'm like, oh god, I have so much to work out to do still, but that's a topic for a different video. I'm gonna persevere with this. I'm gonna persevere with keeping my archive and then also my panic books when I need them. At the moment I'm really loving being back in the cousin. As I say, I only gave it a very short time when I first used it, and it's really nice to just come back into it. And because I had worked out like such an efficient way of using it for myself in April, when I did pick it back up it was so effortless. Like, I went from only 1 month in this book, and then I just sat down one afternoon and I put together, like, I started on this page where I was thinking about my system, and then I just backfilled from here and I just pulled all of this together in like 4 days. The hyperfocus was real, which always has an impact, but because I had worked out such, like, I guess like a unique or an efficient way of working for it for myself, it was very easy to just slip back into. And that's a really nice feeling. I guess that's why I feel so confident that this plan might work for 2024. I don't want to be jumping around like I was this year. I just want to have a system and stick to it. Especially because I just feel like I've had a lot going on. I feel like I need the stability at the moment. So it's been a real joy to be back in the cousin and to give it some more time and space to breathe. I'm excited to use it for the end of the year, to carry it through sort of like the end of the year and everything that's going on. Yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at. That's the update. That's the plan, I guess, the planning plan, if you will. I hope this was interesting. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions about the Hon. I don't think a lot of people have used it yet, but it seems really nice. And the black gingham is really pretty in real life. I'm a big fan. Hopefully this isn't going to bulk up too much, and then hopefully I can use this for 2024. I'm nervous if it will bulk or not. Like, I don't know if I'm just being optimistic, but it looks okay at the moment. But as I say, 2 months out of 12, so it's not very reliable. Yeah, okay. There's not a lot to update on with the Traveller's Notebooks. I was looking at a new manufacturer, but I have no idea what's going on with that, so I can't update you. I am kind of working some stuff out. It's been weird, but this is where I'm at. And I will be back with Attic Archives next week, probably. I fell behind so bad because I got sick. I'm so sorry. Hopefully we can have some cool Halloween stuff soon, but I need to work it out. As I say, there are some Halloween stickers in the shop for you, printable if you're international, but I have ordered some physical sticker sheets for people in the UK. The Halloween stickers I think are super cute this year. I'm like weirdly proud of them. I just feel like they stepped up a level somehow, so I hope you like them. Patrons have already been loving them, which is really exciting, and I've seen some pictures of people using them. It's super exciting. My time of year, I'm excited and also kind of nervous, I guess. I don't know, I live spooky all year, but then there's like a weird pressure around Halloween, so I start to get a bit nervous. But the priority this week now is just to rest, so I can hopefully shift the last bit of this cold. But yes, I did just want to come and update you. That's where we're at. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your plans are for 2024. I would love to know. Are you in the cousin for 2024? I feel like quite a few people were in the comments for the poll, so let me know. Let me know what you're using. But other than that, I will see you next week back on schedule.